Okay, so I was just messing around and I filled up some packaging, like just little squares like this. And I put beads in them and pieces of paper and but when I didn't know what I was going to do with them because I was just experimenting. And see, it's not quite like epoxy because there's a whole bunch of bubbles, but I like the bubbles. And then, so I thought maybe I'll bend it and turn it into a ring. So I'm letting it finish drying like this, but it's still very large and I have large hands. So, I'm going to see what I cut one up to experiment with into little pieces, and I'm going to stack them and paint them and I don't know, and maybe it'll make a nice thing to make a ring out of. We'll see. Okay, so I took a break, but when I came back, I wanted to do something with the pieces because they were like that. I don't know, it just needed something. So I got my nail polish. This is by Zoya. Anyhow, it's got some really pretty shine to it. And so I put it on the back, and you can't really see it here, but it really adds some green to it. Because there's, oh, my hands are shaking so bad today. Because there's this one. Good side down. And there's another clear one. So you can really see that it added a big difference to it. And I think I'm going to do it to the rest. I'll be back when that's done. Okay, so I painted the back. I thought I'd get creative and, you know, not just use green, but some brass color. It's by Opie. I just use it for accents on my nails when I use it. So I did those two pieces. I also used this red color, but it just turned out like this yucky pink. I don't like it at all. So I'm using this thing here for holding them when I'm painting. One, it saves my nails, but mostly because my hand shakes when I apply pressure to do anything. So the spring action in this holds the piece for me while I can paint it. Because if it's too small and I have to hold it, then my hands start shaking. So I use this, like it shakes when I open it, but once it's in there, it holds it. And I can just hang on to it, and it's not enough pressure to make my hands shake. So I've been playing around, trying to figure out how I want to stack these up. And I pretty much decided that I'm not going to use the red, but just like this. Now I'm afraid if I just use glue, it's not going to, and I want to show some of the bottom too, right? So, and it makes it much smaller, so it's not so bulky as it was when it was one of these pieces here. So, see, because this is quite large, see? So it's much more compact. And I think it's kind of interesting looking, actually. So yeah, I'm just going to arrange these and in a way that I like. And then I was thinking of using some wire that I have, and if I can, stick it inside it and then cut it off and then put the other part on top and glue it in between. And so it just gives that a little bit more stability, so I know I'm not going to lose a piece. And if that works out, then I'm going to make a wire wrap ring and put it on top and see how it goes. So yeah, so that's my experiment. I used glue, which is plain old paper glue that you were introduced to in kindergarten. Put beads in it, and I refilled it every time it dried and it wasn't thick enough. And I got these kind of pieces. It's not flat and it's not textured and it's full of bubbles, but I like the bubbles. It's not just one or two, it's thousands of bubbles in there. And I really like the way it looks, especially since like every time I applied the coat of glue, it made more bubbles. So you got some far away, some up close, some right almost to the surface. So yeah, it makes it really interesting to look at. And I like it. I don't think I'd make any more though. I found it really kind of, well, one, time consuming, and two, because you just had to go back every day and refill them until you got it as thick as you want them to. And these aren't really that thick, and it took like 6 days to make these. So yeah, that's a long time to wait to do the next stage of the project. I'm not usually that patient. And people would come in and drop things off on my desk, and suddenly it was glued to it. Yeah, so don't think I'll do it again. But I'm having fun with what I have. Feel free to leave any comments, and maybe I'll get around to showing you when I put it on a wire wrap. See you later.